Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to another video. So let's talk about the Rick Grimes movie because we actually have a pretty big update in terms of filming and how many movies. And I'm glad that Andrew Lincoln said this just because so many people said there was only going to be one movie and etc. And Andrew Lincoln confirmed here that he's signed on for more than one film. So he is signed on. It's now a thing. He's not just ignoring it or not doing it. He is very much doing it. He's a producer in them, he even said. So we've known because we've heard from Gimple and so many other people that Andrew Lincoln is very, and even Kirkman said that too. Like, Andrew Lincoln is very involved in the Rick Grimes movies. Like, it's a Rick Grimes movie. He's dreamt of this forever. So obviously he's going to be very much involved. This trilogy is happening. So before we go any further, I do have to warn you obviously for spoilers for The Walking Dead Season 10 if you haven't checked it out anyways. And if you are new here, make sure to be a subscriber if you do want more Walking Dead content like this. If you are interested in joining the channel, there's a lot of exclusive content on there, which is just live streams and commentary tracks of episodes. And yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I'm definitely really enjoying it. There's a lot of you who actually joined, a lot more than I thought. I thought maybe just a few people, but no, a lot of people. So yeah, obviously no pressure or anything like that, but I have to throw that out there, obviously. So let's talk about this. Let's talk about what Andrew Lincoln said about filming for the Rick Grimes movie. He did this interview with SFX magazine, and this is what he had to say about it. He said, "I'm not filming at the moment. I'm still very much in lockdown. We're very excited about how, at the first available opportunity, we're going to go into production. There's talk about it being spring. I can't wait to get the cowboy boots." And he also goes on to talk about the movies just in general, and he says, "I have signed for more than one film. I am a producer on it. I will not be directing because I don't like watching myself, so that would be a self-defeating exercise. It would just be the most painful. Yeah, it just wouldn't happen." So they are getting ready to film, and we've known that for a while, that like as soon as they're not in lockdown, they're going to be filming immediately. As soon as there's an opportunity to film, they're going to be filming, and things are looking up like tremendously, especially in the United States with getting vaccines and etc. So I think things are going to be going in the right direction. It's spring right now. I'm thinking, like, obviously there's not a lot of plan right now, but I'm thinking like late May to early June. I would put more like emphasis on June, just because if it was going to happen in May, I feel like he would just say that right now, right? Because May's only like a week or two away, so it could be late May possibly, but I'm thinking June as of now because they are filming The Walking Dead final season, so there's no reason why they can't film the final movie. It's just they are filming the Walking Dead final season right now, so there's no reason why they can't film the movie. I think Andrew Lincoln's just kind of in lockdown and all that because he's in the UK, so I'm not aware of what's going on over there. I don't know what's going on in terms of the whole like pandemic and stuff, but things could be totally different. But at least for over here, a lot of people are getting vaccines now, and a lot of people have them. I don't have mine yet, but you know, I eventually will within the next month or two, hopefully. And I think a lot of people are going to get vaccinated over the next like few months. And so yeah, the Rick Grimes movie for sure will be filming, I'm guessing June. And so that's exciting because there's going to be a lot of stuff to talk about this summer. Like over the next year, there is a lot to talk about. We're going to see the first on-set photo of Andrew Lincoln as Rick Grimes. And it's interesting because I haven't seen a lot of spoilers for The Walking Dead, just kind of in general over the last few years. Like, I don't know if just they're not able to see them, or maybe it's just been the pandemic or something. I don't know, but I'm not seeing a lot of spoilers for the show at all. I used to see so much of it. I'd have to avoid a lot. I would have to like not look at anything. And lately, like, there's just been nothing. And I'm guessing people aren't getting photos of things on set and etc. But I think the Rick movie, that's a totally different situation. Like Andrew Lincoln's first day on set as Rick Grimes, like costume changes, the way he looks, etc., what he's doing, which characters he's with. That's totally like, there's going to be so much interest in that because every little thing is a spoiler. Like just to see Andrew Lincoln as Rick Grimes, maybe he has longer hair, wearing maybe he has a gray shirt on or something like that. That's already totally different. That's like, whoa, the last time we saw him, he was wearing that beige thing. Now he has this. Like, if we see him communicating with Jadis, or if Jadis is around him, or newer characters, imagine if we see like Elizabeth Kublik there or something like that. Like, I think the on-set photos are going to be nuts because this movie is going to be bigger than anything that The Walking Dead has done, for sure. Like, it's a Rick Grimes movie. It's the first Walking Dead movie. It has to be. And so if they start filming next month or in June, like let's just say they film for sure in July. Like say this July, they go into production, they start filming for a movie like this, say they go until November. Like, it usually takes them 6 to 7 months to film an entire television show, which is 16 episodes, 16 hours, but obviously they film like way more hours and they edit all of it down. But this is only going to be like 2 hours, 2 to 2.5 hours. I'm not sure what the runtime is going to be, but around the 2 hour mark, right? It's going to be nowhere near 3 hour mark or even a 16 hour mark like the television show. So, well, I guess the television show is not exactly 16. It's probably like 14, 15 hours for a whole season, but they won't need that much time. But I know with movies, things are bigger, you film differently and etc. So it's going to be a lot different, but it won't take until November. So I think if they start filming this year in July, they are done by October for sure. And so at that point, we're all wondering, well, when are we going to see this first trailer? When is the movie coming out? And I think all of that information, that is all coming out this year, either at Comic-Con or later on, maybe in the fall, or when episode 8 airs for The Walking Dead final season. They could release it then. They could release a teaser. Yeah, I mean, if they wrap up filming in October, they could easily release the film, I would say, in like, it depends, because it could take a year. So they could release it a year later. So like after the Rick Grimes movie after The Walking Dead is over. So that's like late 2022. But depending on when they finish filming and how much editing there is to do, I could see a possible like spring or summer release next year. Like easily, I could totally see that. And again, that also depends a lot too on like Universal as well, because they're the one distributing this whole thing. And I would say just push it off as much as you can into 2022. This way people can actually go to the theaters. All this pandemic stuff is just over for sure by late next year, and things are just back to normal. We don't got to worry about any of this stuff anymore. And so yeah, this is really exciting. I can't wait for them to start filming again. But I'll leave it here. Actually, I did want to mention one thing because I said I was going to talk about it, and I was going to do a separate video on it, and maybe I won't. I'll bring it up here. And this is more. I had a dream last night about. It was about The Walking Dead's final. You know what? No, I will save it. I have to save it. I want to talk about it, but there's like specific things that happened. And I know it's a little dumb making a video about a dream I had, but like it felt so real. You know how dreams just feel so real? It felt like the Walking Dead was actually over, and I watched it and I saw certain characters' reactions. Like, I guess I could tell you one part, which was that Rick was in the final episode, and Daryl actually learns of his survival in that episode. So the way it happened was a little weird, but it also was very emotional. And there's like certain things. It was so weird. Like there were moments in my dream where it was like an epilogue to certain characters, and characters were like giving their feelings and talking about this and that. And I saw what it was like for certain character arcs to end, and how it would feel if The Walking Dead was over, and if it ended like that. And I was very upset. Well, I know what I want from the finale now. Like, I know what they have to wrap up. And if they don't do certain things, I'm going to be pissed off. Like, I do have high expectations for this finale. It's just as simple as that. There's no way I'm going to give it a pass if it's bad. I can't. I'm going to critique the shit out of this final episode. It has to be good. It is literally the final episode of The Walking Dead. There's no screwing around here. You can't leave certain things out for the future, only tease us here and there. No, you wrap up everything in that episode. And so that's what that dream showed me, because there were certain arcs, like especially with Carol, and certain things with Daryl and Rick that I was just like, really, you're finding out now? We don't get any more of that. There's not enough of that. That's where it ends. And I could totally see that. I could totally see that being an online reaction. So I have to talk about that. Anyways, I'll leave it here. I'm rambling too much here. Post all your thoughts down below. Hope you guys all enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.